Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is a peculiar type of player. And the reason I say comfortable is because Ben Simmons is a type of player that plays well or does well based on his mental well-being. There are players that are not like that. Great examples of these are Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, all the greats. They play well regardless of the situation. Ben Simmons isn't quite like that. Ben Simmons needs the constant support from his coaches and his teammates in order to actually really play well. Ben Simmons drives his confidence from the outside world. I know that's a terrible mentality to have, but that's just the kind of player he is. Like, remember, the whole friction between Ben Simmons and the Philadelphia 76ers began because Joel Embiid and Doc Rivers called Ben Simmons out for not dunking that ball, right? And I don't agree with what they did because they shouldn't have aired him out in a public press conference. They should have told him behind closed doors. Doc Rivers could have let loose on him all he wanted behind closed doors, but to call him out in a public press conference and point him out to say that he's the reason we lost, even though it's true, it just didn't look good for the organization, and that really took a toll on Ben Simmons' confidence and his mentality. And the Brooklyn Nets, Steve Nash, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, they need to know that's the type of player that Ben Simmons is. Like, he derives his confidence from outside world. If the crowd is cheering him on, if people are cheering him on, he does better. The opposite is also true. If they can get Ben Simmons to perform well, they can make him comfortable, I think he can be a real asset to them and make all of the difference for them next year. And that's one of the things I also wanted to talk about, where the Brooklyn Nets are going to be next year. I think the Brooklyn Nets are going to do better next year than they did. Why? Because last year was an eye-opening, humbling experience for the Brooklyn Nets. And even Kyrie Irving spoke about that being swept in the first round really humbled him and really opened their eyes. And I think that's the same thing that happened to Kevin Durant when he tried to leave the Brooklyn Nets, and no one was willing to offer him anything because of how the Brooklyn Nets performed. It was an indictment on Kevin Durant. And I think that was a real humbling experience that let those two know that, listen, you're not the type of juggernaut we thought you were. Other teams aren't as scared of you as we thought they were. And if you really want to go deep into the playoffs, you're going to have to earn it. And so I think with that mentality coming into the season, I think the Brooklyn Nets are going to do better instead of last year where everybody was just saying, wrap it up, we don't even need to have the season, we should just have the Brooklyn Nets and the Lakers play in the finals and see who wins. Really ironic. But guys, those are just my thoughts on Ben Simmons. If you like this kind of content, hit the subscribe button, and until next time, kids.